Hey guys, we're going to talk today about the relapse process. One, how you can understand it, but two, how you can stop repeating patterns of it so that you can go through your own healing process. It is part of the healing process. You do not have to quit everything and judge yourself today if you go into a relapse. But I will tell you there are four techniques that you can truly start to understand where the relapse process comes from so you can release that energy from you, because I talk about energy all the time and you are holding on to something that does not need to be held on to. So one, we want to talk about what are your triggers. When I say triggers, what I'm talking about is anything that might come up in your life that you're thinking about, oh no, this might start to make me want to use. A lot of people have different ones. Mine used to be boredom. Mine used to be guilt. Now those are gone. I am no longer bored and I am no longer guilty or feel guilty because I have removed that from my life. There's nothing to be guilty about and there's nothing to be bored with because I've created a routine in my life. So what you want to find out is you want to find out when and where they pop up. Of course, you want to understand them. So you want to write them down. What are my triggers? Start to become aware of what your triggers are. You cannot focus on your health and your well-being and your mental health and your relapse process, or lack of, if you're going to do this, until you become aware of them. Because most of the time they're just happening and then you realize it afterward and it's like, 7 days, 14 days, a month later, I know I should have thought about it. Become aware of it. Stop. Sit with it. Understand the pattern. Understand when it's coming. Become aware of it so that you can start to change it. Until you become aware of it, you can't know it. So you need to find out when and where they pop up. Two, routines. Number two is routines. We need to figure out a routine. One, like what kind of routine do you currently have? Write it down. What kind of routine do I have? Most people have no routine. Even people that are sober have no routine. They're addicted to other things, but they have no routine. You need to stick to a routine. A routine will heal you permanently if you stick to that routine. It is becoming a new version of you. If you don't have one, you need to write down or create one, even if it's as simple as I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to have some coffee. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to pray. I'm going to go to a meeting. I'm going to say hi to family. I'm going to play a game of Scrabble. I'm going to go for a walk. Then I'm going to go to sleep. Whatever it is, create a routine in your day around a meeting if you can, so that you stay consistent. You need to rewire your brain in order to stay consistent. You cannot do this without staying consistent, because consistency always beats ability. It always will. No matter how able you think you are to beat your addiction, you will not beat it if you just go on ability alone, because that's not even a thing. You cannot do it without creating a consistent new you. It has to be done. And you need to focus on one thing for that, as well as the time when they come. A lot of times it will happen at a certain period of the day or around certain people. When that happens, remove yourself from that situation immediately. Do not think you're better than the situation or you can overcome it. Just get out of it. It's easier to do it that way. Number three, meetings and community. Meetings are extremely important, even for someone like myself that's been sober and considers myself recovered, because meetings, where else in the world, where anything besides a business, where can you go in and have a meeting anytime during the day and just talk? Talk about what's going on in your life. Talk about your problems. Talk about your wins. Talk about your successes. Talk about the hope. Whatever may come up with a bunch of different people in a building. You can't. There's nowhere to do that. You can be vulnerable. You can be open. You can talk about things and people can share advice that they've got for themselves. I was just in a meeting now, a beginner's meeting, where people that are new to sobriety, they get to share. Then people that are longer than a year of sobriety, they get to share. And so many of the newcomers were sharing afterward how much they got from it, because they understand that it's a process and that people can teach them. You can be a teacher, but you also need to be teachable. It has to be both. So focusing on that will be huge for you. It also builds community. You will find people that are meant for you in those rooms, people that vibe the same, people that you'll feel open to talk to, people that you can share a life with, people you can be friends with that want the best for you. When have you ever gone into a meeting and got out and went, I feel worse? Never, never. It does not happen, because they are meant to be there for you. They happen for us, not to us. Sometimes it may feel like an obligation, but when you get there, you sit, you listen. It's all great spiritual wisdom that's coming out. You understand that it's supposed to be a part of your life. So they are healing institutions. There's a reason a lot of groups call it group conscience, because you're all in a healing mentality together. There's a healing energy swirling around the building. There's a healing energy swirling around the room. People are trying to help one another. That is where you need to be, to put that as part of your routine. And number 4 is your health. Number 4 is health. You need to eat right. Eating right will change your mind, will change your body, will change your energy, will give you vibes you never had. How do you sleep? What kind of sleep patterns do you have? How do you breathe? A lot of people breathe through their chest, breathe through your belly. You need to learn what kind of exercise do you do? Do you even exercise? Do you go for walks? No, probably not. A lot of people that are in sobriety, they stay sober for a long time and they get out of this health. They get out of these routines. Or even if they're not into health, they're maybe not as happy as they want to be because they feel like shit. They're still sober, which is a blessing, and they can help others. But that's also part of it. You want to feel good while you're doing it so you can become the best version of yourself. So do these things consistently and you will notice a change in your life. There are 4 key principles. There are 4 of them. You can boil everything down to 4 because the meetings will show you what to do. You can only take the advice and run with it. It is up to you. It is your choice. It was my choice to be healthy. I am not this version of me anymore. This version of me that has a hunched over back, that is sick, that is sad, that is depressed. I am no longer that because I've changed my routines. I've changed my mind. I focus on the positive. I help others and I consistently stay healthy. Do that for yourself and watch your world change. I love you guys. Let's start liking, sharing, and commenting on some of these videos and get some more routines in here so we can help each other out. Take care.